All right, well, let's do it, y'all. Um, Love to see y'all's comments. If y'all have any comments, or I've got a set list of the tunes that I'm gonna do, and Dave put it out there. So yeah, Fiddle Hell. I got my Fiddle Hell T-shirt on. If you're new to Fiddle Hell, it's going to be online this year, and the dates are November 5th through the 8th. Check it out. It's one of the most amazing gatherings of fiddle teachers. Everybody who's anybody is going to be there teaching, and it's it's awesome. So I'm very honored to be a part of the group, part of the school, and asked to play some Cajun tunes for y'all. So yeah, let's do some jamming. I'm going to try to slow it down so everybody gets a a chance to catch the tune, and I'll let y'all know the keys and also even the chords. So those of y'all who are playing guitar, or even if you just want a second, Cajun seconding is when you just play the chords on the fiddle. You can do that too. So we'll start out with we're going to start out with a tune called the Bosco Stomp, and that is in the key of A, and it's just an A, and it goes to an E chord, a really quick E chord. All right, so let's do that one. I'm just reading some comments here. All right, let's give it a try. So here we go, the Bosco Stomp. Y'all jam with me. Here we go, y'all. So 1, 2, ready, go. Roscoe Stump. Thank y'all. Y'all sound great. I can hear y'all. And I might even do some chords. You know, I might play the melody 2 or 3 times and then just play some chords and let you play. So I think that would be fun to do too.
Back up just a bit for a gentler sound so we can see your right hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that. Let me try to
Gentler
arrange
sound.
gentler sound. Let's try that gentler sound here. Okay.
Smith
My fiddle
says,
hell.
play that really good one you always do.
I'm
You know,
Jen's
that
reading
really
your
pretty
comments
one.
right now. So. All right, y'all. So let's do another one. So I'm Mitch Reed. Those of you who don't know me, I've been playing Cajun music my whole life, Cajun fiddle. My father was an accordion player and grew up in a house filled with Cajun music. My uncle was Reverend Reed, who did the Fred's Lounge radio show every Saturday morning, which had people like Sadie Corville and Nathan Abshire and Preston Manuel and all those characters. And my family's all from Mamou, Louisiana, big Mamou. I live up here in Maine now, moved up here to get a little bit closer to my Acadian cousins. And my wife is from New England, so we were up here spending some time with her family and loving the lifestyle up here. So it's very nice. Let's play another one. So let's do, this is one that the group Beau Soleil, who I used to play with Beau Soleil for about 11 years, traveled with them. Michael Doucet, one of the best Cajun fiddlers in my opinion, heard this waltz on a field recording that was done of fiddlers and musicians from the Seychelles Islands, just little islands just north of Madagascar. And it was a group of islands that was settled by the French and the Spanish, and really creolization, just like what happened in Louisiana and the Caribbean. So same kind of thing, same kind of sound. So they played fiddles, and they played what we call in French bastrengs or chiffades, which is just a triangle. They played mandolins there, which we had mandolins later on when swing music became popular, but fiddles, mandolins, triangles, that was their thing in the Seychelles Islands. But Michael heard this waltz and he turned it into a traditional Cajun waltz. So we just call it the Seychelles waltz or Seychelles. And it goes like this. Play along with me. It's in the key of D, and just pretty easy chord progression, just 1, 4, 5 chord progression. So D, G, and what is that? Well, I don't even know the number system. Okay, let's just try it. Here we go. So here we go. Thank you so much. Thanks for jamming. That's the Seychelles Waltz, and beautiful Cajunized version of the Seychelles Waltz done by Michael Dewey, who's a huge influence on me. When I was probably about 14 years old, we used to go listen to Beausoleil play in Brobridge, Louisiana, at a place called Mulots. And they did, it was a seafood restaurant. They did boiled crawfish, catfish, gumbo. You would sit there, eat your gumbo. They had a dance floor. And the band played right there. And I remember watching Michael Dewey play his fiddle. And he had all this crazy swamp hair, you know. And just as a child, or as a teenager, I guess then, watching him just being like, whoa, that's so cool. And he always had his own sound, you know, but Michael's so great about taking old recordings, field recordings and Lomax recordings and things like that, and then, you know, turning them into tunes and, you know, giving them even more of a spirit, you know, that kind of lives on, and especially in the fiddle. So yeah, so we'll do some more of those type of tunes. Let's see what we got. Let's do a tune by Dennis McGee. He was the oldest fiddle player we had that recorded. So Dennis was born in the 1890s, and he lived to be almost 100. And when he was 16 years old, he took lessons with a guy that was 100 years old. So his first teacher was 100 years old, and he was 16. So he learned a lot of really neat, interesting old tunes. And anyway, this is one of them that I like that Dennis played a lot. And he just called it One Step de McGee. So he kind of named it after himself. Maybe he wrote it, who knows. But it's kind of an old contradance that he used to play. So it goes like this. And it's in the key of D, and then it goes to A. It kind of swaps back and forth, okay? So we start off in D. So yeah, play along with me. Here we go. tune by Dennis McGee. One Step de McGee called that one. And Dennis used to play contra dances and house dances before the dance halls. Cajun music is famous for dance halls and big dances with drum set and electric bass and guitar and all that stuff. But before that, it was just fiddles and fiddle and accordions in a house, in the corner of a house, and before electricity, 1920s, 1930s, and that's the era that Dennis was playing, and played with a guy named Amadé Ardoin. They wrote some great tunes together and traveled around Louisiana and had many adventures together, because Amadé Ardoin was a black accordion player and Dennis McGee was white, so they were traveling through an area that some parts were pretty rough, to be interracial duo like that. So some really interesting stories. Let's do the Cajun national anthem. This is what Cajuns call the Cajun national anthem, and it's called Joli Blanc, and it's about a Cajun that goes to Texas. Louisiana is right next to Texas, and where the Cajuns are, they call it the Cajun Triangle. The Cajun area kind of goes into parts of Texas like Beaumont and Port Arthur in that area. Cajuns started moving more west to get work, and a lot of the work was coming out of these shipyards that were in Beaumont, Texas, and Port Arthur. And this song is about a Cajun who sees a beautiful blonde-haired woman for the first time, and he falls instantly in love with her. The Cajuns are we're like dark-complected, black hair. I mean, I think we're beautiful, but he sees a blonde for the first time and falls in love with her. And so he goes to her father to ask her his permission to marry her. The blonde girl loves the Cajun back and everything's going good. Asks the father for her hand in marriage, and the father says, no, absolutely not. I don't want my daughter being married to a Cajun. Get out of here. Go back to Louisiana. So it's kind of a sad song, so he goes back to Louisiana with a broken heart. Maybe I'll try to sing. It's kind of high for me, but I'll do my best. I'll try to sing some words to this one. So Joli Blanc. So it's in the key of A, and just 1, 4, 5. So we have A, D, and G are the chords in there. But it can be a little tricky. So just do your best. Have fun. Joli Blanc, Cajun National Anthem. Here we go. And it's a waltz. Beautiful Blonde, Cajun National Anthem, that's what they call it. It's just the tune the Cajuns love to hear. If you're a Cajun musician and you get a gig, you better know that tune because the old Cajun people are going to ask for it. And there's a couple of tunes like that. There's Jolie Blanc, there's La Porte en Arrière, which is the back door, and then there's the one called J'ai passé devant ta porte, I passed by your door. So those are the three you've got to know if you go down to Louisiana or if you play at a nursing home, or definitely for the older generation of Cajuns. They want to hear the, and they're all sad tunes. Well, except for the back door. The back door is about a guy trying to get back into his house because his wife locked him out because he came home drunk too many times. So, so that's your themes in Cajun music are broken hearts. Being falling in love with somebody, and then it never works out in a Cajun song. Something happens. They end up leaving you, or sometimes you leave them, but it just doesn't work out. Or they die. That's the other thing too. They can also die. The other one is, the other main theme is just getting drunk. Getting drunk and having a really bad hangover, or getting drunk and losing someone because you stay drunk too much. So those are the themes: drinking and broken hearts, and that's pretty much it. Those are the main things. So we're gonna do another song about Bosco. So we started off with Bosco Stomp. Bosco is a little bitty town in Louisiana. It's so small that you may not even think you passed through a town at all. It may just be it's just a couple of barns. Of course, there's a bar there, and maybe a post office or something. But Bosco has a kind of a notorious history for being the best fighters were from Bosco. So if you were to get in a fight with somebody from Bosco, your chance of winning the fight were very slim. And mainly because they're very dirty fighters. They have usually carrying brass knuckles or a pocket knife or something like that. But you definitely don't want to break down in Bosco because I think today it's a little bit more civilized. But all the old tunes, talk about how Bosco was rough. There was a group of people called the Mari Bouleur, and they were the ones that would beat you up. And so if you weren't from there, and if you were from just the neighboring town right next door, you got beat up even more. So if you were from like New York City, you might not get beat up too bad. But if you were from like Rain, which was like right next door, they would pretty much just kill you. So, so welcome to Louisiana and Cajun culture. I'm going to teach you all about it. And the reason I talk a lot and tell these stories is because they're all part of the tunes. So all these tunes I'm playing, I'm not going to sing a whole lot, but there are a lot of vocals in these tunes, and this is what a lot of it's about. So just letting you all know. So I am known for being a storyteller and a talker, so get ready. But here we go. This is a blues, and it's called the Bosco Blues. This is kind of your traditional blues. It's a lot like, I don't know, there's this bunch of blueses that are just like this. I'm not going to sing it, but there's a lot of English versions of this tune as well. And it's just the 1-4-5 blues, and it's in the key of A, like most of these tunes that we're going to do tonight. We're going to do a lot of tunes in A and a lot of tunes in D. So it's in the key of A. So that's 1-4-5 and A. Okay. So here we go. So it goes like this. I'll sing it in English. Well, you see me walking down the railroad track. Well, if you see me walking down the railroad track, well, I tell you, pretty mama, that I ain't ever coming back. Got my well little jug and the stoppers in my hand. Got the well little jug and the stoppers in my hand. Well, I tell you, pretty mama, I'm a low down, dirty man. All right, I wish I knew it in French. I don't speak French. I grew up, my mom and dad spoke Cajun French in the house. Learned a little bit. I mean, I speak Frenglish, but I can't. I can sing a few songs in French, but I can't sing a lot. But I love it very much. I miss the French and the French people, and definitely. But we have it up here too in Maine. So I'm up here in Maine, and there's French people around here. And I went to the grocery store a couple of months ago, and I saw they had boudin at the Hannaford. And boudin is a type of meat that we eat. It's like a sausage. It's filled with all the pig stuff, liver. All the pig. Everything on a pig is stuffed into this casing, and so yeah, it's really good. But if you're not a big meat eater, it's definitely something you might want to stay away from. But it's got blood in it. it's got a lot of wild stuff. But it's what Cajuns will stand in line for. Just like they stand in line for lobsters up here, they stand in line for boudin down in Louisiana. It's like that's what it is. It's like it's the equivalent of lobsters up here in New England, boudin. So anyway, all right, y'all having fun? Y'all sound great. I can hear y'all, and hope these tunes aren't too hard. I mean, they're pretty much the standard tunes, Cajun tunes that you'll hear if you go to a Cajun jam or a Cajun dance, And the tip jar tonight is for my wife, Jen. She's battling breast cancer, and she's doing good, and but it's been tough. So appreciate all the tips. It goes to helping us, financially, and just helping us get through this crazy time. We're all going through a tough time with COVID and all that stuff. So everybody hang in there. We'll get through it with music. That's what gets you through it. So we're going to do one. This is called Johnny Papa Danser. Johnny Can't Dance. And it's about a guy who goes to the dance to dance with all the pretty girls, and he's a horrible dancer. He's got 2 left feet, trips over his feet, falls. The girls laugh at him. They feel sorry for him, so they dance with him. He's not too cute either. He's got some buck teeth and big ears. He's actually missing a tooth because a donkey kicked him one day, and he's got a lot of problems. But he loves the music, and he goes to the dance and does his best. And his name is Johnny Papa Danser, and he goes like this. Oh, and it's in the key of A, so get ready. partigiani, partigiani, papa don't say, partigiani, 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 papa don't say. Johnny. All right, y'all, good job. And hope to see y'all at Fiddle Hell. Definitely come to Fiddle Hell. It's going to be online this year. November, you can Google it, go to the site. It's November 5th through the 8th. And it's one of the best fiddle camps you can go to. It's just the most incredible gathering of fiddle teachers and fiddle styles. And this will be my third year going, and it just blew my mind the first time that I ever went. And yeah, Dave does such an awesome job, Dave and his sons, and shout out to those guys. They work very hard. But if you want to learn really to play multiple fiddle styles, not just Cajun or Irish, you can learn bluegrass, old-timey, all in one day. You can go to many, many different classes, and that's what I did. I just went to, when I wasn't teaching, I went to a Cape Breton class, then I went to a Shetland bowing class, and it was just super awesome. So speaking of which, let's play an Irish tune. Let's see what we could do. How about, let's do some jigs. And so I play Irish music as well. I actually started playing the fiddle to learn Irish music. And I wanted to be a rebel, and my father was a Cajun accordion player, and he said, well, would you want to play some Cajun stuff? And I said, sure, but I bought a fiddle, and I bought a VHS tape called Learn to Play Irish Fiddle by Dale Russ. And Dale Russ, I'm sure some of y'all know him. He's from Seattle. Great teacher, and really helped me out a lot. And in fact, I think the Kesh jig was on there. So that was like the first Irish jig I ever learned. And so anyway, let's play that one, the Kesh jig. And then we'll do one that I love by the group Plankstein called The Frost Is All Over. So we'll do 3 rounds of the Kesh and 3 rounds of The Frost Is All Over. Okay? And the Kesh is in G, I believe, and The Frost Is All Over is in D. So here we go. some Cajun Irish. So those are two great tunes. Yeah, and also Kevin Burke has been doing some Fiddle Hell jams. So definitely you can go back and check out all the Fiddle Hell jams that have been going on. I did one, I guess about, I don't know, time is going by so quickly and strange. I guess about maybe 6 months ago or 7 months ago I did one. But Kevin Burke did one. That was great. I was actually on YouTube and I was just searching some stuff and I came across the Fiddle Hell channel on YouTube. So that was really cool. And so check that out too. YouTube, Fiddle Hell's got a YouTube channel and they post all these jams on there, which is really great. So you can relive these jams. But thank you so much for being here live and experiencing this with me. I wish I could see everybody, but I have a very good imagination. So trying to imagine all of y'all at home, just like what I'm doing in your room, playing alone and having a good time, hopefully. So thanks so much. Thanks for the tip bucket, adding to the tip bucket. It's going to a good cause to help my wife Jen battle cancer, get through cancer, and tough thing. But we'll get through, like we all will. So let's see, so that was fun. That was an Irish tune, kind of mixed things up a little bit. This is an interesting waltz. This is one I learned from an old fiddle player named Wade Frugier. He was a fiddler and a traiteur, which is a treater, a person who is like a healer. And he was a really interesting guy. So I'd go to his house and we'd be playing fiddles, and then the phone would ring and his wife would come get him, and they spoke only French pretty much, and he would have to stop fiddling and go to the phone, and he could treat people over the phone that had suffered from heat stroke or earache or toothache, stomach ache, any kind of discomfort. And it's a mixture of Catholicism and herbal medicine. And so he would tell you to go in your backyard and look for this little plant, and that just grew wild around Louisiana, and take that plant and boil that and make a tea with it. Boil some water and pour some hot water in that, let that settle, and then drink that, and then say 3 Hail Marys. So it was a mixture of all that stuff, and it was pretty interesting stuff. So this is one that Wade taught me, and it's called The Little Calf is Dead. So it's about the Cayette, which everybody loved the Cayette. The Cayette was like the family dog. It was a little calf, and everybody played with the calf. And I don't know, this family woke up one morning and the Cayette was dead. And it was so sad, they wrote this waltz called The Little Calf is Dead. It was like this. And it's in the key of D. So here we go. Wade Fruget, The Little Calf is Dead, Cayette et Mort. And yeah, Cajun fiddle. I mean, if you're new to Cajun fiddle, it's pretty interesting. It's a combination of, you know, Acadian music, even like Acadian mouth music that made its way down to Louisiana, and blues, you know, just blues that came directly from Africans that were brought to Louisiana from Haiti as slaves, and the mixture of French and African and Creoles, what created the Creole culture, which is a real melting pot of those two cultures, you know, Africa and France, and also the Celtic lands of France too, Brittany and Poitou, and later on the Scotch-Irish coming down from Appalachia and joining that group, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much what gives you Cajun, what we call Cajun and Creole music. Cajun music being more music that's played by Acadian people that became Cajun. And the word Cajun comes from Acadian, but it just slowly got corrupted. So people would say Acadian, Cajun, Cajun, and that's where it came from pretty much. And Creole just means local. This means if your parents or your family were from somewhere else, but you were born in Louisiana, you were Creole. But it also now has the meaning of, you know, a mixture of African and European roots, and that's Creole. And that's more the meaning that I grew up with, you know, and I'm Creole too. So it's that's the thing, is some people are Creole, especially now that you can do your DNA, you can find out where your family's from. So I have family from Nigeria, Ireland, Scotland, France. It's pretty interesting. And I don't know how many of y'all know Cedric Watson. He's a Creole fiddle player, and Cedric too did his DNA, and he was like blown away by the mixture. So Louisiana has a really interesting melting pot of people, and the French are really good, I think, about mixing with other groups of people. You know, yeah. Anyway, they're good about that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, let's talk some more. Let's play some more. I mean, let's talk less. We're gonna do one from Dennis McGee. This is called Danse Carré, Square Dance. And he used to play for square dances and contra dances. And yeah, it's a really interesting tune. And it's kind of like a reel a little bit. It's in the key of D. And he used to play it really fast. I'm going to try to play it slow so that some of y'all that are new to it can pick up on it. So it goes like this. All right, Dennis McGee. One of the oldest fiddlers that recorded was Dennis McGee, and he played a lot of different types of tunes, reels, polkas, mazurkas. Um, traveled around with Amadei Ardwan, who was really the father or the godfather of Cajun accordion. And Amadei wrote so many great tunes, and Dennis McGee was his fiddle player. And this was during the 1930s. Of course, it was really tough in Louisiana. If you were a black musician and you were traveling around being hired to play at white dances. So Amadei had some really scary moments, and Dennis McGee was there with him. They had a lot of wild adventures, and so every time I play their tunes, I think about what it must have been like to, or how scary it must have been like too, to be traveling around parts of Louisiana. Some parts of Louisiana were friendly to Creoles and Cajuns, and then you had some areas that were not so much. So, but they were trying to make a living. They were getting paid to do this. So, just like any dangerous job, that's how they made their living, and they did okay. For back in the 1930s, playing music for a living was kind of unheard of, I think, especially in Louisiana, unless you were maybe a music teacher or a classical musician. But yeah, Cajun fiddle, the thing about Cajun fiddle is that it's very drony. There's always a drone string, so you're playing a melody on one string and you're droning another one, almost like a bagpipe. And, the part of France that the Cajuns came from was Poitou and Brittany, and those are, even to this day, are big, bagpipe areas, of France. And so, you get that kind of... But also heavy African syncopation too, So that kind of thing, Yeah, let's do a Creole tune. So, like I was saying, you have Cajun tunes, you have Creole tunes. Creole tunes were the music that was played by black French-speaking people from Louisiana, and you had certain areas where Creole music was very strong, and one area was this little town called Lawtell, and they even had a name for their local music. They were like, no, this is our music, and they called it La La music. And the family that was the most famous family for creating that music was the Carrières, and there's still a lot of Carrières today that play zydeco. But there was one fiddler, his name was Bébé Carrière, and he was much like Dennis McGee. He was born in the 1890s and lived to be pretty old, and wrote a lot of great tunes. And when he was very young, he made a cigar box violin. That was kind of the thing, because his parents couldn't afford to buy him a violin. I think he was only 9. But even at that age, he was composing tunes, and he wrote a tune one day when he was watching his grandmother getting attacked by the snake, or they were fighting over a chicken egg. This snake was trying to swallow one of his grandmother's chicken eggs, and she wasn't going to let the snake have it, and so they got in a big fight. And the snake ended up winning, and he chased his grandmother around the hen house. And Bebe had a cigar box violin, and he was just watching, and he started playing this tune. And so you can, when you hear the tune, you can hear a snake chasing somebody. So get ready. So it's called Blue Runner, and it's in the key of D, and it only has one chord, just the D chord, just that driving kind of D rhythm. So it goes like this. Here we go. We don't have any blue runners up here in Maine, but I did actually see two snakes today. The weather's been beautiful up here. I'm in Yarmouth, Maine. Went to go check the mail. I live in an apartment building, and there was a snake right there. Not a big snake, but he was just looking at me. Definitely not a Louisiana snake. He had real kind eyes, you know. The Louisiana snakes are they're a little bit more evil looking, you know, out to get you. But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, you know. And being from Louisiana, it's like a good omen when you see a snake. It means like, okay, something's about to happen. You're about to go through some change, so get ready. So anyway, Blue Runner, great old Creole tune. I see some friends of mine commenting here, trying to read some comments. There's some funny comments. Okay, so but yeah, I hope everybody's having a good time. I sure am, and I wish we were all together, but we will be. Give it some time. We'll all get back together and play some tunes, hang out, tell some stories, drink some beer, all that fun stuff. So yeah, Fiddle Hell. Got to go to Fiddle Hell. It's an awesome place, and was really bummed out it wasn't going to work out this year, but just the way things go. And we'll see what happens next year. But any style of fiddle you want to learn is there. All my heroes, Kevin Burke, Jay, Molly Younger, Bruce Molsky, I mean, Rafe Stefanini, you know, all these great players. and just a lot of nice people that have the same interests that you have, you know, that are into folk music and fiddling, and great place to meet a bunch of new friends, you know. So definitely check out Fiddle Hell, but you know, this is a good time too to take part in Fiddle Hell because you don't have to worry about traveling. You can just, you know, get on your computer and you can experience Fiddle Hell. So that's November 5th through the 8th. So go check that out tonight and look into that. So many great players and great fiddle teachers there, and super inspiring too. So we're gonna do another Creole tune. This is from one of my heroes. His name is Kenray Fontenot, and great Creole fiddle player as well, just like Bebe. And Kenray was a friend of mine. I was able to study with him, go to his house, and he was a real character. He loved to drink coffee and whiskey and smoke cigarettes, and he was just a great guy. He, you know, had a double fiddle case, and he had a fiddle on one side and a fifth of whiskey on the other, and he carried a pocket knife and in his shoe or something like that. He was a real character. And these are some one steps that he played, and we just call them Kenray's one steps. It goes like this. Kenray One Steps, Mr. Kenray Fontenot, great Creole fiddle player, and some great Creole tunes like that. So thanks so much, y'all. Y'all sound great. Hope everybody's having fun. And if you're just joining, welcome to the Cajun Jam, Cajun and Creole Jam with Mitch Reed. I'm Mitch Reed, and it's an honor to be a part of the team of Fiddle Hell. And just an amazing experience, Fiddle Hell, and a great group of people. And thank you, Mr. Dave, for putting this together. And yeah, and the tip jar goes to help out my family, who's, you know, my wife is battling cancer, so it's been a pretty heavy time. But we appreciate all the help. And so yeah, So we'll do. Let's see. What's another tune we could do? We'll do. I have a little list. I'm just going down it. So. Let's do the Mardi Gras tune. That might be that. That one will lift our spirits. You know. So that tune's basically the tune they play on Mardi Gras Day. Just go around all the countryside, going to all the different farmers' homes, and either knocking on the door or, singing outside the house. And the farmer opens the door, and there's a group of people, and they're all dressed up in these outfits. And there's a lot of different traditions depending on what part of Louisiana you come from. So my family's from Mamou, so they were on horseback, so they'd show up in horseback. But they would sing this song, and there would be a fiddler playing too, this song. So it's called the La Danse de Mardi Gras. So it goes like this. Yeah, Mardi Gras song. So that's there's a lot of different Mardi Gras songs. That's the one that the Balfa brothers played. So the Balfa brothers were probably one of the most influential Cajun bands that played fiddle music. There was two brothers, Will and Dewey Balfa, that played twin fiddles, and Rodney Balfa played guitar and sang. They all sang, and that sound was just, it's still to this day, it's the most iconic Cajun sound. So the thing about what makes Cajun fiddling special is really when you have two fiddle players. So you have one fiddle player playing the melody, on the high strings, and you have another fiddler playing the low part or playing the chords, And those two fiddles together is really what, in my opinion, makes Cajun fiddle really special. The first time that I ever heard that, I went to Marc Savoy's jam session that he's had for years. It's still going on. And I was pretty young, but I heard these two fiddle players, and it was actually really interesting. It was two fiddle players that weren't from Louisiana. They were from somewhere else, but they had been studying Cajun fiddle, and they could play it really well. And they were outside in the parking lot after the jam. Marc kind of throws, if you want to keep playing, he's like, go play out there, So they were playing, And I heard that sound and I was like, whoa, that is really amazing. So it's really cool if you ever get to hear two Cajun fiddlers playing together. It's really special. So yeah, let's see what else we got. Let's do a tune. This is on the, so when you go to Fiddle Hell, there's a handbook that you get, and it's pretty cool because it shows all the tunes from every fiddle genre, like the standards, just to prepare you for, hey, these are the tunes you should learn if you want to jam with, go to a jam, Irish jam or a bluegrass jam or old timey jam or Cajun jam or whatever. These are the standards. These are the tunes that are most likely going to be played. So I was looking at that book, and they did a good job. Fiddle Hell did a really good job of setting it up for the Cajun stuff. So this is one. We'll do one from that list, and it's called the Paradan Two-Step. And this was written by a guy named Angelas Lejeune, and Dennis McGee actually played fiddle when they recorded this '78 recording of this tune. And Angelas is Ira Lejeune's uncle, and just comes from this famous, the Lejeunes were this famous family of great accordion players. They were just all legendary accordion players from Church Point, Louisiana. All right, here we go, the Paradan. Two-step. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's also a great accordion tune. It's one of those tunes back in Louisiana where if you're a young person, especially, and you have an instrument in your hand, a fiddle or an accordion, an older Cajun will come and say, "Oh yeah, you played that? When you play the accordion, you play the fiddle. Well, can you play the Paradan two-step?" And if you say you can't, then they're like, okay, we'll keep practicing, But if you can, then of course you have to play it, and then they tell you if you're good or bad, or if you played it right or wrong or whatever. So that's the, that's how it is down there. And that's one of those tunes. That's one of those test tunes, I call it. So there's another one too called the Lake Arthur Stomp. That's like that. It's like a test tune. Well, let's slow it down. Let's do a waltz. This is from the Balfa brothers. We were talking about the Balfas just a while ago. One of the most interesting families. They were from Mamou. Dewey Balfa, one of the greatest Cajun fiddlers. I mean, he played the fiddle like it was talking and it was crying. There was a lot of crying. But he went through some really hard times in his life. He lost his brothers in a car accident. Lost his wife, just it was tough, and you can tell he used his fiddle to channel those emotions and to deal with those emotions too, and to let you know about what he was going through, you know. And so some of the most beautiful fiddling I've ever heard. And this is one of those kind of sad tunes. I'm just reading some comments. Oh yeah, okay. Yes. Okay, we're doing good. So here we go. So the Balfa Waltz, it goes like this. So it's the Balfa Waltz is in the key of D. Is what we're gonna do it in. Yeah. No, I'm so sorry. It's in the key of A. It's in the key of A. Here we go. Balfa Waltz. All right, the Balfa Waltz, Dewey Balfa, Will Balfa, and Rodney Balfa. And yeah, they were, they actually worked for my grandfather. My grandfather was a rice farmer in Mamou, and he hired them when they were all teenagers to work on his farm. And yeah, and they worked really hard. And I played with Dewey Balfa the last part of his career, and he told me a lot of stories about my grandfather, which didn't know a whole lot because he passed away when I was about 4 years old. But he told me a lot of funny stories about my grandfather, so that was really cool. And yeah, Dewey was a great guy. And the Balfa brothers, definitely check out their music. If you're new to Cajun music and Creole music, Creole fiddling, Cajun fiddling, check out Dennis McGee, Can Ray Fontenot, and Dewey Balfa. That's like the holy trinity right there of Cajun and Creole fiddle. Start with those guys. They're all on YouTube. Dennis McGee, Can Ray Fontenot, and Dewey Balfa, the Balfa brothers. And yeah, that's the place to start, and then you're gonna run into other players or hear about other players that were really great fiddle players. But those three guys are still the most influential Cajun fiddlers today. So thank y'all so much for jamming. I'm having a great time. We still got a little bit of time. Let's do a couple more. Thank you, Dave, for asking me to do the Fiddle Hell Jam. It's an honor. Fiddle Hell. I love my Fiddle Hell t-shirt. I gained a little weight during COVID, so it's getting a little bit tight. I got to stretch it. Been eating too many cookies late at night. So anyway, so let's do a tune. Let's see what we got. We did the Balfa Waltz. Let's do some more Irish stuff. We'll do some Irish reels, and then we'll end with a Cajun one. So let's do some Irish reels. So yeah, hope you Cajun hardcores won't get mad, but we'll do a few Irish tunes because there's all kinds of fiddlers out there watching. That's why I'm nervous playing. So we'll do the Banshee, and then we'll go into a tune. I really don't know the name of this tune. I just call it the Maid in the Barrel or something like that. Anyway, you'll know it. They're all pretty standard. In G. Here we go. Irish reels there. Yeah, thank y'all so much. Thanks for putting some money in the tip jar. I really appreciate it. The tip jar is going to help out me and my family. My wife's going through. She just finished chemo, and she's dealing with breast cancer and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's looking good, but it's still a battle, and still got a long way to go before we see the light at the end of the tunnel. But hopefully it'll all be good. So I'm gonna let's see. I guess it's time, y'all. I guess we did our thing. It's 9:30 now. I'm going to end with a tune that we do. There's an old tradition, especially in Creole music, where you end with this tune, and you basically, by playing this tune, you tell all the dancers, okay, it's time. This is it. It's the last one. It's time to go home. Some people get mad because they don't want to quit dancing, and then some people are like, oh, okay, yeah, this is perfect, So yeah, so we just call it Home Sweet Home. But there's kind of a little surprise in there. So we played as a waltz, which I think that's what it is, but we have a little twist in there to it. But yeah, I want to thank y'all so much for joining me tonight and supporting Fiddle Hell. And come check out Fiddle Hell. It's just such an awesome experience. And thank you, Dave, for having me and helping my family and setting this up for us and for me. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you at Fiddle Hell in one of the Cajun classes, and it'll be a lot of fun. I teach some Irish stuff too, some Irish and Cajun and Creole and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for jamming. I hope everybody had a good time tonight. So this is Home Sweet Home. We're going to do it in D. I think that's how it is. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you so much. Good job, y'all. Great job out there jamming. I hope everybody had a good time, and I hope everybody learned a little something about Cajun music tonight. I know I talk a lot, so I'm sorry about that. I came from a family of people who wouldn't shut up and just love to tell stories and talk, but that can be fun too sometimes. So thank y'all so much. Definitely go check out Fiddle Hell. Again, November 5th through the 8th. It's all online this year. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be affordable. And this is your big chance to study with some legendary fiddle players. Definitely people like Kevin Burke, I'm so excited about, and can't wait to take some of his classes. So thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for putting money in the kitty and for helping us out. And hope you enjoyed the tunes tonight. Dave put out a list of the tunes. I didn't follow it totally in order, but I didn't get to play all of them because I talked a lot, but I got to play most of them. So thanks so much. Y'all have a good evening. Everybody stay safe out there. And hopefully see you at Fiddle Hell in a Zoom class. Okay, y'all take care and good night.